Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. And would you look at that? She's a quick one, and she's the missing link in the German tech tree. May I present you the best Panther battle rating for battle rating, the VK3002M. So in this video at the start, I want to just as usually go through over some comparisons, some numbers, statistics, and then I have a very nice gameplay for you, and I just want to share with you my thought of how I approached the gameplay and how it really paid off. So what is this tank? Well, as I just said, it's the best Panther, and it's basically the Panther prototype. Hence, it is at a battle rating of 5.0 for certain reasons. And compared to the Panther D, it has weaker armor, but a much better mobility, but the same problems with maneuverability while sharing the glorious firepower at a battle rating where, in my opinion, it's to its advantage rather than its disadvantage. So let's start with the armor. Lower glacis 60mm, same as on the Panther D. Upper frontal glacis is 60mm instead of 80mm compared to the Panthers, and that means that the 85mm APH-BC round all of a sudden is dangerous again. The turret is also surprisingly weak because the turret gun mantlet is just 50mm thick instead of the 100mm of the Panther, so only half as thick. And if you don't hit the Panther's gun mantlet pinpoint accuracy with pinpoint accuracy, the shell will just not go through or even bounce. And the small frame around it, that is the remaining turret, is on the Panther also 100mm, whereas on the VK3002M it's only 80mm. The cupola, on the other hand, is similar sized and similar well protected with 110mm. From the side, this is where then the most differences really are visible. First of all, the tank looks surprisingly clean. There are no tools, there are no towing cables, and more importantly, there are no side skirts and no bolted on spare tracks. That's really the main difference. And so the armor plating themselves have the same thickness of 40mm everywhere. On the turrets it's 45mm, and yeah, that is basically the VK3002M in a nutshell. Now, it shares with the Panther D the same transmission and engine, but it has less armor, meaning it's substantially lighter. So for this tank, it has only 35.0 tons versus the Panther D with 45.2 tons, meaning the horsepower to ton ratio with the same engine goes up from 14.4 to 18.5. Now that makes a really big difference. That means you actually can reach the top speed of 55 kilometers per hour in the long run, and you accelerate just that little bit better, meaning you actually can go into position. The problem is your reverse speed is still trash, and therefore your mobility might be better, but your maneuverability stays the same. This is also enhanced by the problem that your turret still has an abysmal turret rotation speed that is absolutely bad. 6 degrees per second for a fully spaded and with the best trained ace crew is just not good. 6 degrees per second is trash, right? And so you have this this feeling that you're missing something, and that is really the downfall of this otherwise decent brawler. And yeah, so it's best at mid to long range use. But in that role, you still have this fantastic 75mm KWK-42, and everybody should know this gun because it's the Panther's gun. And with the stock Panzergranate 3942, you have 935 meters per second muzzle velocity, so great for leading at distance at this battle rating, and you have 192mm of penetration at point blank range, and at 1000 meters still 156mm. And the stock HE shell, well, not really worth talking about. And what you're also missing is a roof mounted machine gun of some sort to defend from aircraft. You don't have it. So that's the Panther prototype in a nutshell, and just in time, because we are actually approaching now the gameplay of gameplays that I really wanted to share with you. And the gameplay I wanted to talk about just happened to be on Carpathians, and I personally really like this map because for lower tiers it is great to just have those very different height levels and the various different positions where you can brawl if you choose so, and where you also can snipe if you will. And I really love that in this map iteration we have A on the hill, so that gives me now the opening to use the mobility to get myself on this rock where I have hard cover and just can dominate the way to the front area from their spawn to the objective. So I hope that the rest of my team just doesn't suck too hard and actually profits from my plan to whittle down their resupplies. However, never has at any point a battle plan survived the contact with the enemy, but the first shot here is pretty nice because we just flattened that Su-152 with a shot through the lower glacis just as he happened to go over the banking. I know that there is some action to my right, so I want to go there, and you can see the painfully slow turret reverse. And this tank actually spotted here the tip of the gun barrel, and what I did not expect was that missile and then him whiffing the shot. We overmatched the roof, killing half of the crew, including the loader, meaning I have all the time in the world to finish him off. The next rocket also misses me, and we just also get kill number 2. Nice. I hope then that the last enemy in the middle doesn't see me, and also that my team is taking care of the guys at the 6th line, because there is some action going on at A. I hear some tanks and point the gun there while still being in cover. Then the A gets captured and I drop an artillery strike on it because why not? I know where at least one enemy has to be, and then we just watch the area. Now my plan is to, in the long run, go around and kill them from the side. I have the gun, I have the mobility. The problem is with War Thunder's map design, there is no third horizontal level, if you will, where I can go without automatically camping the spawn, which is something that I try to avoid, but either I go the long way through the left or I take the short route. Now, please don't try this at home, kids, because it's really unhealthy for your KD. But here I thought to myself, screw it, go for it. Chicks stick scars, glory lasts forever. And so I hope that I can engage the enemies before they realize where I am. And this is again where I love the gun. Just look at the flat trajectory, the precision, and the damage. Boom, right through the turret and the gun mantlet. And again, he tries to escape. We reload and insert the shell on the other side of the turret. Well done. So I hope that I can now go there and just go through the gates of glory. That's the plan, but obviously BT7 says no, and I have to engage them, and it's quicker to turn the hull than the turret. And yeah, bro, you don't derp no more. So now I let the turret swing to that side anyway. I don't think that angling is appropriate. However, I see some movement, and this is where I prepare. There we see him. Good shot through the side armor directly into the ammo of the M10. I drop now the smoke grenades, and the first 4 just perfectly drop, and I drop some more just before the gates, and I hope I can go through. Come on, come on. Those were some really intense seconds, and I really didn't like to get stuck there. Oh boy. So here I am, and you can see there is only one team member on the hill, and he is crying for help. I know that where I just went through a bit upper, a bit more up there, is another tank. There has to be another tank. I hope he's not aware of me, but I have to go through there, and then I go up there. The suspension just doesn't cover here the height difference, and I see some multiple Russian tanks, KB-85. I aim carefully, just to bounce up off the very steeply angled wedge. Come on, aim for the turret. And I precisely hit where I shouldn't hit, where the gun mantlet and the turret front meet. That's impossible to penetrate, and then he gets into cover. I see multiple tanks also whiffing by from the spawn, but then there's a KV-1. We just wait for him to arrive, we carefully aim, then we pull the trigger and profit. Good job right there. Then there is the KV-85. This time I want to aim a little bit more carefully, and this time Russian bias is not enough to save him. And that's 7 kills, just like this. Basically non-stop action, and yeah, today I was surprisingly good with my aim, and I hope that I can go through there as well. I'm really worried that right now there is somebody spawning, and that lets me get stuck on the wall again, and again I'm very happy about my driving. So let's take care about this one Russian tank that is still up there, and surprisingly my teammate, after this rather long time, is still alive and is recapturing A. I knew that there was a tank. What I did not expect it to be was that it is an Su-152. All the better for me, because that's some nice explosion for kill number 8. So, where to go now? That road is blocked by the tank wreck I just created. Well done, Napalm. And also there is nobody in the spawn. Again, great map design, Gadget. Just splendid. And again, you can see I have great mobility, but grave maneuverability. This just takes the extra seconds. I just look there, but I don't have the time. So I just see that the Panther IV got killed by a KV-85. And he has to be there. He has to be on the other side of the hill, but I cannot resist to insert a shell into this tank. Oh, perfectly aimed. I just love the massive velocity. I just love how it feels when you get a kill with this dedicated anti-tank gun. I just love it. And I think that this is some of the special flavor of War Thunder, in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section how this game feels to you. Now, I have to twist here the topic completely. Guys, remember, Gunner Heat PC is out there. Get the game, it's fantastic. At some point, I also have to make a video about it. In fact, I promised the dev over a year ago. Yeah, but then War Thunder interrupted my life for the last 9 years. So, yeah. Anyway, you can see again, we have the engine power, we have the horsepower to ton ratio to just climb the hills with no problem. But there is no KV-85 to be seen, and A is still not contested. Maybe that guy thinks that there is another tank around and he's too hesitant. But by the time it took me to get up that hill, the problem is the enemy's tanks already could have respawned and get there. So I have to check the area here as well. And we can see some action going on. Somebody is spotting, as you can see, at B5. Somebody is spotting, probably a light tank. And yeah, we missed that shot. But the tank goes forward. We have all the time in the world to aim. The shell flies through. Beautiful. According to intelligence. And that's the double ace. And this is something I really love to see. Another tank, come on. And yeah, we kill the KV-2, but then we get shot. And I have no idea where it came from. And I was so stupid to not check the area. And we also then get flattened by the Su-85. And there you can see, at medium distance, straight through the upper frontal glacis. And that's, my friends, ended my series. Afterwards, we actually won the game, and that's it. Again, let me summarize. This tank is fantastic. It gives you a different flavor to the usual German tanks without being some misplaced BR-wise tank, without being a post-war tank. It's just a different level of prototype I absolutely love it, and I can highly recommend this tank, especially on open wide maps. It's fantastic, and it's the closest to a main battle tank feeling that you get, minus the reverse gear and the turret reverse. But other this, fantastic tank. And VK3002M, I love it, and that's it for me today. With some good vibes, please give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more. For you it's just a couple of clicks, for me it means the world, and as usual we will see each other on the waves, in the skies, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.